Hey, good morning, everyone. I want to talk today about the Intellivision Amico. I've seen different videos who were doing a commentary about the last trailer they released, and I wanted to make also a revision of the trailer I've seen. I really liked it, honestly. I liked the video they showed. There were not necessarily new information, but the new information we got were the games that we could see. There will be a link in the description where you can see the trailer. I wanted to talk about the difference that Amico is going to bring on the market. So basically, I remember I've always been a gamer in my life, and since I'm a child, 3 years old. And I remember the games back in the days. They were really more made for quality than the graphics, and they were simple. Their simplicity was more present, and that makes much better games. If you see the most popular board games in the world, such as Monopoly, chess, and many other different games, let's say Risk. Okay, they're not complicated, they're easy to get, but they're the most popular as well, right? So that means, I think the more simple is a game, and the design and the gameplay is the best, that makes a better game. So simply that the game is easy to start and to play, and also the rules and what you need to do is the rules are more simple. I think simplicity in the end makes a better game than something too complicated. But even on board games you have two kinds of people. You have people who are used to play a lot of board games. We could say they are the hardcore board games player. So the same for video games. You have hardcore gamers. Like me, for example, I really love StarCraft. Okay, I love many other games such as Skyrim or Oblivion. The gameplay is amazing of these games. Okay, but I believe they're easy to get into. Okay, they're not made too complicated. You just start playing and you just don't stop with these games. Even StarCraft is the most complicated game maybe in the world, but at the same time it's so easy to get into this game, and it's so while it's really fun and easy to get into, it can become a very complex game with the strategy. The same with chess, right? Chess is really easy to get into. You could play with your 4 years old son, let's say, or 5 years old son, but you can become so good, and the complexity can become really really present, right, between two pros. So I think that's exactly the definition of a fun game. First, easy to get into, and also the simplicity of the rules, while it can become a very complex game. And I think Intellivision is just going to get this back into the market, which is not really present today. And the best games, I just play them on the PC, on the computer. I feel most games on the console today are not good. Most games on the console, you'll just start playing and then just leave the game in the box. That's really how console have become after, let's say, I feel after the PlayStation, after the Nintendo 64, even during these two consoles, I feel they are very good games, and the others I'm not really getting into them. Let's say PlayStation, I really love Final Fantasy VII, and I could still play that game nowadays. And it's not for nothing that they're doing a remake. It's because the quality of the game is amazing. Or The last game on the Nintendo 64 for me that I like were Mario 64, GoldenEye, which also the concept is simple. It's easy to get into. The gameplay is just amazing, and that's what we need to do. We need to put quality over quantity. That's the secret. That's the secret. And nowadays, just like feels quantity and graphics, like just like just the exterior, right? It's just the appearances that you sell with marketing, and then you just play the game. You're just like bored. That's what happened, I think, with most people who love games. Most people, of course, want to play games. Most people love to play board games. So why not? Most people would not like to play a console games, which is much more fun. Like, it's different concept than board games, but it has so many possibilities, and I think they are really getting into the right way into the market. Okay, they're really getting into the market the right way. That's for sure. I dream that we can bring back the gaming like it was before, but now it will be with better graphics, more possibilities like multiplayer, and with all the gaming experience that they acquired, So I think it's going to be a console gaming 2.0, like we always wanted, like we really loved, We were so excited about video games, and I'm still about, top games that release. But top games, remember, it's about the gameplay, not the graphics. Though the graphics can be okay, can be good. And that's what they want to do with Intellivision. That's why I'm so happy about it. And nowadays I'm tired of seeing people with just their cell phone everywhere, alone with their cell phone. And I think we all know that cell phones are important too for gaming, but it's really individualistic way of playing. Also, you just play with controllers not made for control, for gaming, right? What's the point? It's good. It's good to have app games, okay? Because I just also just heard about a review the guy was mentioning about, Intellivision will be a lot of app games in some way. Well, if Intellivision can bring more simple games on the graphic side, and also the gameplay, of course, which make games better that way, that's amazing. Because, like I say, the cell phone, it's not made for, the controls are not made to play games, console games, for example. When you have a port, a game imported on the cell phone, the controllers are not made for it. And yeah, so I'm just tired of seeing people gaming just like either alone with their cell phone, and people are all the time with their cell phone. That's annoying too. Let's say it. And if Intellivision can bring quality games with nice graphics, okay, but the gameplay first, and that's what people want, and that's what most gamers like. Not hardcore gamers, that's what they like too. They're not looking for the graphics, and on cell phones, it's not about the graphics, right? And they're very popular. The app games are very popular, but Intellivision, it's like they want to bring quality gameplay, but also the aspect of community into it. Like also it was before, but even better. Playing with your friends, family. That was also an important part of gaming, which today, like I say, either with your cell phone alone, with an app where the controller is not on your cell phone is not made for gaming, unless it's really just touchpad games. So for all these reasons, the Amico, I believe, it's going to be amazing games, an amazing concept, an amazing new console in the market that we all need. And it's going to be even easier for developers to develop games for the Amico. Since they focus on the quality of the gameplay and not the graphics. I mean, 2-3 developers together could develop a game like it was before. Before, you didn't have big teams of programmers developing a game. You had nowadays you have like big studios, like very big studios, millions of dollars into the development of one game, and the game is expensive. The console is really expensive. So what's the point? Like, that's how the console gaming market is today. Very expensive, very heavy, and gameplay bad in most cases. Gameplay is bad in most cases. And if the gameplay is really good, you can play it on your computer, on your personal computer, with a mouse and a keyboard, or you just get a controller if you want. So I really think they are on the sweet spot for releasing what we really need on the market, in the industry today. They really get it on every point, I believe it. I would like to see some RPGs, some simple retro RPG style on the Amico. So that's my review. That's my thought about the Amico. And of course, I didn't want to comment necessarily the trailer. You can just watch it. There will be a link below in the description. And yeah, I mean, the trailer is amazing. It's great. It just talk about kind of what I said about playing together and bring back retro gaming in some way, but evolved. And you see, I think 17 games at the end, which show us how the Amico will look. And the games that you can see in the trailer, I believe they're all, or most, are from the older console, Intellivision, from the 80s. So that's just my thoughts and analysis about the Amico. And I'm really happy whenever they release a new trailer. The last trailer, it was exciting. And again, it wasn't like complicated with the big effects. And, we have Tommy explaining and getting on point why we need the Amico today. He didn't make a very complicated video. It's just, I love it. Simple, on the point, and showing us a nice display of the different games, which makes us excited about it. Okay, so that's it for now, and hopefully we'll see soon other updates of Amico. I'm pretty sure more updates will come soon, and I might comment on other updates. I just do that for fun. I'm a software developer. I'm also an actor. I did some publicities in French. Of course, I speak French. That's my mother tongue. I speak also some Spanish and Portuguese, more Portuguese than Spanish. And I love music too. And something I didn't talk about, I wanted to mention is, Tommy Tallarico is a musician. So I'm sure in every games we'll have nice soundtracks. And that's an important part of gaming, having an amazing soundtrack. Because every game, every best games, they have an amazing soundtrack. and that changes everything. Like games such as Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, or even Earthworm Jim. I really loved the soundtrack at the time when I played it, on the Super NES, Super Nintendo. So also we will have amazing soundtracks, I'm sure, because Tommy Tallarico is himself a musician who worked in the industry for many years. I believe almost 30 years, more than 25 years. So that's exciting. That's another very important part that is exciting. Also the fact that it's going to be low cost, about $160, I think. Amazing. Like, I don't want to pay $500 for a console. I have a computer that I pay that price. So why should I pay $500 for a console that I don't like? For games I really don't like. And like I say, the best games on that console, I can play them on the computer. And the Amico, $160, $70, even $150. They mentioned between $149 and $70. Imagine I can get a console which focus on the gameplay, and at this price, which I will really have fun instead of paying 3 times more. And the games will be much cheaper too. And the games, any developers, any little teams of developers can make a game. So that's a very important point. Yeah, so for all these reasons, I think the Amico is just going to be amazing, and they are on the point for every facts that make video games great, and what we really need to improve in the console industry to be really fun again and pleasing. I mean, that's how it is for most people. Of course, you have some people more hooked on the console today, but that's like the video stated, the trailer stated, it's like 200 million people, but the market is much bigger than that. The potential is just like untouched. The potential of gaming on console is, for me, like, I think, untouched. I mean, it is actually, and they're really on the point. So also I like the fact that they put colors for the consoles, because it's a good way for marketing, and also people love that. It's just something simple that they do that is fun. Okay, I get my red console, my green one. That's an aspect that I like too. They do that. And I heard a commentary. The guy was mentioning, we should not focus on that. Well, they're not focusing on that necessarily. It's just something fun they're showing, something exciting. That's it. And it is simple, right? Simplicity is most of the time the best. Simplicity, intelligence. These 2 points are the most important in gaming, and they want to do it, and I think they have it, right? So that's it for my review. Hopefully you liked. I'll make others. So I wish you a really good day, and I hope to play the Amico. I mean, we will next year, and I will maybe comment on games, and I will comment on other new updates from Amico, hopefully. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye. Thanks for watching.